What's going on, everybody? Fall in, at attention. You are locked into another episode of the Husker Army podcast, brought to you by Hurrdat Sports Network and the fine folks over at the Husker Army Facebook fan page. Go check them out, become a member. All right, I am your host, Bryan Knutzen. With me, as always, former Husker wide receiver and multi-time national champ Kenny Cheatham. And, of course, our recruiting guru, Herbie Husker, a.k.a. Matt Sass, joining us as well. All right, before we get into the game, we got to give the plugs, of course. We got to let you know we got merch. So if you get the chance, go check it out, hurrdatsports.com. You see it right there. You got shirts, you got the dad and trucker hats, you got the beanies, stainless steel tumblers, the mugs, got the logos on there. Not the only styles you get either. You can get either style. You got more colors than just the black, of course, as well. So you get a chance, go to hurrdatsports.com, check that out. And, of course, as always, make sure to like and subscribe if you're checking us out on YouTube. Really helps us out. We're sitting at 304 subscribers on YouTube right now. It's been awesome. It's been great. We're growing pretty quick. Hurrdat's been awesome for us as well. It's been great to be part of the Hurrdat Sports family. So go give us a sub. Give us a like. Leave us a comment. We get right back to you. Trust me. And also you find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the audio-only platforms as well. Go give us a follow there. Leave us a comment. We'll get to you there. Leave us a rating. That helps as well. And so as far as merch goes, I keep telling y'all, if you get some merch, send us a pic of you with that merch, and you're going to get enlisted, just like this man did right here. Noah Peters sending us a picture of the HAP hat that he got, the HAP. And it's the feathered gray. And it looks awesome. I love how it looks. So right there, Noah Peters enlisted into the Husker Army. Thank you so much for sending us the pic, my man. The hat looks awesome. I'm glad you like it. Said he's already gotten quite a bit of questions and everything about what HAP means. So he was very happy to tell people what it was and where to find it. So appreciate it, Noah. Thanks for the picture. All right. We got it all out the way, I believe. Okay. Let's talk about the game, everybody. As you know, Nebraska got the W. 14-7 over Rutgers, a previously undefeated Rutgers at 4-0 at the time. So we take down an undefeated team in Lincoln. I mean, it wasn't pretty by any means or stretch of the imagination. It wasn't perfect. It was a grind. We got a lead early in the first half, and defense did what the defense just does. And my God, we'll get to the defense soon. But as far as the game in itself, we got to talk about the elephant in the room, the special teams. What the hell? I don't even know where to begin. Yeah, as far as field goals go, none were even tried yesterday, unless it was a chip shot. Yeah, unless it was a chip shot, that there was going to be no field goals attempted with that wind swirling through the stadium. So, Matt, what the hell? Well, what do we got to do to fix this? Because 2 blocked punts, man. I think they said we've had 5 blocked punts already this season now.
Yep. So
what do we got to do?
Just keep practicing. I mean, that's really all you can do. You can't hang your special teams units out to dry and just fire the coach. I will never be an advocate for that, especially during the season. And I like Foley. I mean, Foley's he's a good dude. He's straightforward, no bullshit. I mean, yeah, he's awesome. He really is. But I mean, I don't know what it is. Maybe past his prime. Don't know. But I mean, it's bad. But just keep grinding, keep practicing.
Yeah,
I know we have a lot of snapping issues. I mean, that's correctable. It's just rep. But I mean, come on. You're taking a fucking little leather ball and just throwing it under your legs to somebody. Come on. Let's go. It's just, I don't know what else to say. I mean, how many times do you do? This is what you have to do at practice. You just snap the ball back and then put your head down and try and push forward.
Yeah.
And you do that, 1,000 times, probably every practice. It's, I don't know. I don't know what to say. So
Buschini took a hell of a shot on that one block too. I mean, he got cut down and then did almost a complete scorpion.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, a scorpion is when you land
Your
on
legs go over.
your chin or your chest, and your legs come back and your feet kick you in the back of the head.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've had one of those.
And
thank God.
Trust me, in football pads, it's even worse.
Yeah, it probably snapped me in half nowadays.
Oh God, our bats, gentlemen, would not survive that. We would be action.
Yeah, age isn't exactly helping me.
Thank God it helped Buschini yesterday. So,
like I was telling you before we started the show, it looked like that pissed him off.
It did.
So maybe we need to do something like Ty Robinson needs to go up and just smack him upside the head before like every game. Like, let's get this boy pissed off. Oh my God.
Buschini is an intense dude. That's why I like him.
Even his second kick, man. Did you see how fast he had to rush that kick?
Oh yeah.
To basically just kick it straight.
Yeah.
And it was, oh my God.
You could tell that hip and back were hurting the whole game too.
Oh yeah. He was wincing coming off the field every time. The only time he didn't wince is when he threw that big back. That fake.
That's where I've got to throw this. I got to throw this one to Kenny on that, because Kenny, kickers are your bugaboo, man. It's the one thing, the one aspect of every football game that if they don't do their job, you just shake your head. There's no excuse whatsoever. But, man, you get a punter that took a shot like he did early in that game, and then the ballsy fake punt call on our own side of the field and throws a dime to Jalen Lloyd. That had to make you feel pretty good for the kicker.
Yeah, man, I felt good for him after that hit, because the first thing I thought was Ezell off Friday. My neck and my back, that's the first thing I thought.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm like, this dude, that hurt. You know, it almost made me go back to, for you younger people, Police Academy. That didn't hurt. Remember he was doing that when he was going, that didn't hurt.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I know that hurt. So it was funny and at the time that it happened, but it was tragic that it happened. But at the same token, for him to bounce back and have a performance that he had during the game with those punts, he was a lifesaver for that team yesterday. And the one thing I really want to touch on with that, for him to throw that pass like that, hurting and ailing, because you saw him always wincing, like Matt said, and holding his back when he was coming off of the field. I said, he's going to find him a little tenderoni to rub that tonight. So, I'm just laughing, thinking silly stuff. But how about this? How about we get 19 to Baltimore?
Yes.
Yeah, please. If he breaks that one tackle, he's gone. It's all he had to do was beat the return, man.
Yeah. How about we get Jalen the ball more, because all he seems to do for this team is make big plays when they count.
It's like Bonner too, or not Bonner. Well, even Bonner, but Barney.
Yeah, it's just they're the same. They're interchangeable.
Yeah, I know.
Jalen makes big plays, catches down the field, crucial catches. Outside of the one game where he should have put his hands up and when he got the pick, when he let it come to his body, and they're both contending the ball, he makes big plays. But as far as the field goal attempts, we made both. The extra points. But punting was huge. And this goes back to what we've been saying, that people need to understand how much special teams affects and alters games, field position, the type of plays you call, because I can guarantee you if Rutgers kicker made that kick that bounced off the upright, they call it a different game on their end. So
it's a 3-point win.
Yeah.
And way closer.
And going back to the long snapping. Long snapping is a specialized thing that a long snapper is a long snapper. Most of the times your long snapper, it's very seldom that they are your actual starting center.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree.
Adam True made a hell of a career at Nebraska and in the NFL being the long snapper.
That's right.
Long snappers make a lot of money in the NFL because it's a specialized skill.
There's a reason why we brought in the number one long snapper in the country. He was on visit this weekend.
Yeah. Good. So it's just amazing to see my friend, one of my friends from Arizona High School. He's a firefighter here. His name is Mr. Green. Now go put a G Green, as we call it, Joe. His son got a scholarship to the University of Washington. And if I'm correct, I think he might be their starting long snapper. But he also plays receiver. He's not that big of a person. He's probably only 200 pounds, if even that.
Oh, so he looks like me.
Yeah. So he's just
I'm not even 200.
Just think about that. So, I mean, we need to get that together. That's all they work on in practice. So for me, I don't understand why we're not making that connection with getting the ball back there to be punted and in the right position for field goals. And especially with the little leeway they give you now with players rushing once you hike it. So we just need to get it together. I need to relook at our punt formations. Are we still putting some people out wide to run down as bullets like the NFL?
I think one on each end.
Okay, this is what we need to do. And
that's it, because we got to pull everyone else in.
This is just my opinion. What we did during my tenure there, in my time there in Nebraska, we didn't have anyone out wide. Everyone was on the line, and then once the ball was punted, they fanned out. So if you guys go back and watch the film, Nebraska fans, you guys, everyone else, if you go back and look, everyone was in. No one was out wide. We punted the ball, everyone fanned out and played their lane. That way you have maximum protection, especially with the difficulties that we're having now. A bullet on the outside doesn't do anything. The guys on the outside, if you condense them in, can flare out. But at the moment, they're protecting. Boom, 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 go. So we just need to tighten up on that. I mean, right now we're suffering in the kicking game. And hopefully we can get it corrected. But the firing and all of that stuff, as Matt said, a lot of that stuff is silliness. it just becomes tiring to read and see and look at.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it this week with Purdue. They fired their offensive coordinator. Okay, well,
Graham Harrell got fired after the game last week.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, that is your best opportunity to help you score points on offense, and then you shit can him. No wonder you couldn't do anything on offense.
Yeah,
I mean, what was the final score of that game? 52-6.
Yeah, it was a drudging.
I think sometimes.
Did they even score a touchdown? No. I'm pretty sure they only kicked 2 field goals.
Yeah, I think coaches, unfortunately, at times, this is the power of media and a lot of other things. I think a lot of times,
yes, I agree.
To what they're saying, they say, well, we have to act on that. We have to act on that because they're calling for them. They're calling for them, and it's not true. You go in there, you buckle down, you tighten up, and then you deal with it after the season, unless it's just an absolute disaster, especially with if it's the head coach, a coordinator defense. I mean, offensive coordinator is different because he has the way he wants to call the plays and where they're at, where he wants to call the plays. Now you're asking someone to take over that whole aspect of running the offense. Everyone has a cadence on how they do things. Offensive coordinators have a certain way that they do things. I was fortunate enough to play for Coach Osborne, who called the plays. So a lot of times when who would say, hey, Frank, what do you see up there? It was a constant communication. Hey, Kenny, what do you see on this? Well, coach, when we do this, they're running up. Well, we might run this later with the slant and go if they continue to bite on that and give you might open some things up. But he called the plays. Okay, boom, 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 here, blah, blah, blah. You know that. So that was the great thing about it because him and Coach Solis worked so well together, and Coach Gill, that when the transition came to Coach Solich, it was seamless. You know what I mean? It was the same type of stuff. But when you just get rid of a coach and expect to see, world beater the next day, you're crazy. It's crazy.
Well, in my honest opinion, I mean, so who takes over the offense? It's probably another assistant coach. And at that point, the only thing you can do is still implement the same plays. I mean, you can't just change everything overnight in 1 week. So, I mean, you pretty much still have to, keep everything the same. I mean, you don't have anything else.
The same playbook.
Right? I mean, unless if I'm wrong, but I mean, you've worked on this all summer, all spring to know the offense. Now you know the offense. You fire the offensive coordinator. Now what do you do?
Right.
Or am I wrong on that, Kenny? I don't understand the idea of firing a coach mid-season. Now, a head coach, that is completely different, in my opinion. We did it to Frost, but the coordinator took over. It's one of those. We just need different leadership.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe that's what they're saying. Like maybe this one assistant he just connects better with the player. I don't know,
right.
But I hate the idea of firing an assistant coach mid-season. I don't understand it.
No, and to stay along that topic and not to dive into how the defense played yesterday just yet, going to what Kenny tweeted last night. Where are all those people that were calling for Tony White to be fired after the Illinois game? They were pretty damn quiet after that game. Pretty damn quiet after the Rutgers game.
Defense won us the game.
How dumb are you? Okay? I know Coach B.A. went off about this too on one of his episodes, and it was completely warranted, completely needed. And I almost feel like doing the same, because how dumb of a fan are you to be one of those that I guarantee we're saying we need to do whatever we can to keep Tony White before that Illinois game. Then the Illinois game happens. He needs to be gone. He needs to be gone. And now,
before the season too.
Now what?
Give him as much money as he wants. Just make sure he stays here. Okay.
Folks, we're Husker fans. We have been in hell for the last almost decade. Okay? Almost a decade. You don't go straight from hell to heaven if you're absolved. You got to stop in purgatory along the way.
Yeah, you might need to be baptized. There's
a middle ground you got to find before you find the Holy Land, okay?
Yep.
There's going to be good games and there's going to be bad games. It's just
exactly.
Welcome to football.
It's just annoying. It's just annoying, man. And this is why it's so annoying. Because, like I tell everyone, and you guys remember, we text, and I always tell Brian especially, I don't miss anything on Twitter.
Nope.
I just don't acknowledge it. I see everything. I see what you say crazy. I see your crazy political takes, whether it be Republican or Democrat. I see everything. I see it. I just don't acknowledge it.
Yeah, but you just ignore it.
When you see it, let's be honest. It started with the Northern Iowa game, I think, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
When they start running the ball, what's going on with the defense? What's going on with the defense?
Yeah, why are we getting pushed around?
Yeah, he's not adjusting. He's not adjusting. Oh my God, look at it. You start hearing the rumblings, the moaning and bitching. Then we get to the Illinois.
Even though that game was never close.
Yeah. Oh, look. Oh wow, he hasn't adjusted. He can't make adjustments. Those guys need to be fired.
Yeah, how many points did Northern Iowa score?
Right. And
was it 3?
Really? It was like, really? You know what I'm saying?
3 points?
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. It becomes where you almost say, I think Twitter is a place for a lot of simple jacks.
Yeah, that's a very polite way to put it.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, because
100%.
Some of the stuff, and you're like, you just have to shake your head and say, they're going to make adjustments. And what did I say that? I said, hey, they're not a bad Northern Iowa, excuse me. I said, they're not a bad team. They're not a punk.
No.
I said,
he coaches the same way Rule does. He wants a very physical run game.
Yeah, I said, they're not a punk. It's not like a pushover.
No.
Them and let's say North Dakota State are not pushover teams, and South Dakota State in that division where you think, hey, we just those are programs.
No.
Those are programs of that level, like Montana. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
It's just silly, man, and it's tiring, and it's old news, and that's why I said it's a rhetorical question when I pose it, because all the craziness and foolishness you were once saying, what do you have to say now?
I love on your post how you had to put at the bottom that's a rhetorical question.
Yeah. I had to, because they would have been like, and you still say,
like you said, Kenny,
well,
simple jacks, man. They may not have caught it, so you got to make sure it's very clear what you're trying to say here.
Yeah, and this is why I mean,
simple jack.
I'll interact, but I don't interact.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
I'll keep it to a minimum. And I mean, if somebody wants to speak their mind, that's fine. I'm not going to bash them. I'm not going to agree with them. I'm not going to disagree with them. Okay, keep going. Keep going.
A lot of it's easy to ignore, and then sometimes you just come across that one where you just what? And you almost can't help yourself. It's like your mind's not even thinking.
Yeah. No, mine does. That's why I stick to the recruiting stuff. So, just because I can give my 2 cents about that, because I live it, I see it, I watch everything the Husker football's doing. I mean, and it's a lot right now. So, and I love it for next year's recruiting club.
I'll interact with these bozos. I don't give a damn.
Yeah. You're not very nice either.
There's times.
I know. I've seen it.
It's called for. It's called for, sons of bitches.
Yeah, I leave it up to you. But did you see who the new number 1 player in next year's recruiting class is?
I did not.
Jackson Cantwell, baby.
Really?
Yep. He's the number 1 player in the country, number 1 offensive tackle. He just got bumped up to the number 1 player.
Oh, that one guy reclassified, right?
Yeah, no, he's not reclassified. He's still next year's recruiting class, 26. But
no, I thought someone else reclassified, and that's probably what bumped him up. I thought someone reclassified to come out this year.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I guess I didn't even think about that, to be honest. So, and then Devron Bonwell White, something like that.
Wow.
He's the receiver. He got projected to come to us yesterday after his visit. So,
I love it.
If I remember correctly, he's from South Dakota.
Ooh, damn.
I'm pretty sure for a wide receiver. And yeah, he's good.
If he's coming from South Dakota, he's going to be tough.
Well, yeah, and he's not going to get ranked right.
No,
no,
absolutely.
You can't put a South Dakota kid in the top 300 players. Or at least that's what most services think. But yeah, he's good. He's good.
He's cold weather ready already.
Yeah, and we love our South Dakota kids. I mean, just look at Bear.
Tough, dude. They're just tough. There's something different about those North and South Dakota kids, man.
Yeah.
They're a different breed up there, man. They really are.
I don't know if you saw it, but so Coach Knighton, he was on the Husker Radio Network. That starts at 4:00 every day.
Not.
Well, they interviewed him last week, and he was talking about our defensive line. He's like, "Well, which one are you going to go towards? I mean, we got a bear and a gorilla on our defensive line." Dude, that's awesome.
That is a great comparison.
That's out word for word. He's like, "Which side do you want to run to? Because we got a bear and a gorilla on our defensive line." And I was like, "Oh man, that is." Spot on. I'm cool with it.
Well, as far as offensively for the game, I mean, it was obviously ho-hum in that second half. They just couldn't seem to get in rhythm. I mean, I know the wind was swirling in the stadium.
That wind was bad.
I'm sure it affected Dylan on passes, but I mean, at the same time, there were some, in my opinion, where he was just either off on some certain ones, and there were times it seemed like he was really holding on to the ball too long. Mm-hmm. So to me, and this is just what I'm hoping for here. What I'm hoping is we just saw what happens when a true freshman 19-year-old kid, as highly touted and recruited as he is, hopefully we've seen his worst game as a freshman here.
And didn't lose us a game.
Exactly. And still we had the one turnover. And with that turnover, I'm telling everybody right now, Everybody that saw that doesn't know what the hell they're talking about with football is like, what? Why'd he throw it right to him? Because his mind was made up where he was going with the ball before it was even snapped.
It's not even that his mind was made up. That's a designed play. That's the only option. The only choice he could have made was the audible out before the snap.
And your hope is linebackers either dropping out left or right, or he's coming in as a blitz.
Exactly.
If he happens to stay there in spy or just drop right there in coverage, yeah, you're screwed.
As an offensive coordinator, you call that play most likely because the linebacker is either dropping out or he's getting aggressive and blitzing.
Exactly.
And that's the whole reason to run that play. But
gamble and loss.
If you even look behind, the linebacker and see the defensive back on the wide receiver, he was draped all over him.
Yes,
also.
He was.
So, I mean,
I did see that.
Interception or an incomplete pass, that's how that play was going almost regardless. I mean, unless our receiver just makes a phenomenal play.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's 100% designed. It's a quick 3-step out.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time he even turns and looks, he never saw the linebacker. It's just what it is.
No, something like that. I can even remember when I played quarterback in high school, a quick slant route like that. You get the snap. It's not even a 3-step. It's a 1-step release. It's you hit that back foot, you let it go. That is it. You want that gone as fast as possible.
Dude, I'm watching pro football right now, so excuse me if you guys see some little bit of antics, but I mean, they run it in pro. I mean, it's an offensive coordinator seeing something live in game. This isn't. I mean, this is probably, of course, something you practice too, but they're seeing something live in game and goes, we should be able to hit this for a good 5, 6, 7, 8 yards.
Oh, yeah.
And that's exactly what it was. And unfortunately, it wasn't open on that play.
Yeah, and Kenny, I wanted to ask you this one because we talk about this quite a bit, actually. Some people being like, why don't they put in Harburg if Dylan's struggling, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, my God.
Why the hell, correct me if I'm wrong here, Kenny, but why the hell would you do that with somebody like Dylan Raiola when you know damn well that all of this are learning curves? All of this is stuff he's got to learn. He's got to learn how to recognize things. He's got to learn how to adjust. He's got to learn how to work in the face of adversity. Now, if you take him out, is he going to learn anything?
I would say because they're being impulsive, reactive, armchair quarterbacks.
Thank you.
Because he wasn't struggling to the level in which he needed to be pulled.
Yes.
I'll give you an example of a game I played in which the quarterback was struggling and he needed to be pulled for a play to get the talk, to get back in and see what was going on from another perspective. I'll give you two. One, it never happened in, and our coach caught flack for it. One was the 1996 Arizona State game.
Yeah.
Where Scott should have gotten pulled for a little bit, put Terman in to let him go, but Coach Osborne wasn't going to do that. And remember, he caught flack from that, if you guys can remember.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I do.
Oh, yeah.
What's the final score of that game? Last time Nebraska got shut out?
Yeah.
Thanks. 16 to
I'm pretty
nothing.
sure 19-0.
Yeah.
16. Or it wasn't 19. It's 19.
I'm pretty sure it was 19.
Yeah.
And who went on to win the national championship that year?
Ohio State.
No, Florida.
Oh, I thought they shared it with Arizona State.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. Florida State did take it outright. Florida. Ohio State just knocked Arizona State from getting it at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was one. The second was the Washington game when they Central Florida, when they pulled Scott for a little bit and put in Frankie for a little bit, and I caught the pass, and then we went down and got the touchdown, and then Scott came back in and we won the game in 97. So if you're doing it for a play to get him back, folks, but it wasn't. But that's the stuff that we needed to see done to Adrian when he was here.
Yes.
For him to be pulled and say, Adrian, hey, sit on the side. Where are we missing the mark at with this, that, and that? To get him back so he can see. So I don't understand what they were looking at. For me watching it, it was a slow game.
Yeah.
It wasn't super exciting, but for them to say that, I just don't see it, man. But like I said, there are times you do it. But going back to one point Brian just made, my mouth hit the floor when they sat there because I fell asleep on the second quarter. You know, Saturday is my day to get the Z's, man. So, when they said this is Nebraska's 4th turnover in this amount of games, and last year they had 31 in total.
Yeah.
I literally sat there and said, Jesus, that's insane. So 5 games in, or what we're at, maybe 5 now, whatever turnovers, as compared to last year.
Yep.
That's
Is it 5 or 4?
5 or 4? I don't know, but last year,
whatever.
You think about that.
Yeah. We got 3 interceptions and 1 fumble.
That's almost 2 a game or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah, it was.
So
through 5, I remember telling that stat last week.
Oh yeah, we had a turnover machine. So
yeah.
So
last year.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been pulled, man. I don't know what they're saying. He missed some stuff. It's going to happen. No one's perfect. I mean, you how quickly they turned on him because of the little struggle. Semi. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's foolishness, man. Let the kid learn. Let him play. If it's that egregious to play, pull him out for a thing. But then now you're even more limited in what you can do with your offense.
Yeah,
and teams know that. So I don't know.
And how often are they practicing the spread option with their backup quarterback?
Probably,
I'm just saying. I mean, you sit Dylan, bring in Harburg. What's he good at?
That's what you're gonna do.
I mean, you're playing on a Saturday when the wind is so outrageous. I mean, the normal simple passes are now like 80% harder to throw. And so then I hope you're practicing the speed option, which I know we're not because Dylan's our quarterback. He's not a running quarterback.
No.
Harburg is. But how often are you practicing that? I mean, it's a basic play. Every team in the country runs it. I mean, Dylan will run it every once in a while, but I guarantee you he's handing the ball off the majority of the time.
Yeah, he does.
So, I mean, you sit Dylan, bring in Harburg, and now your entire game plan has to change.
Yep.
But on that kind of a Saturday, that's the game plan you probably want. It's just pounding the rock. But we were doing it anyways.
Yep.
Oh, we were.
So what's the difference?
We were really trying to.
I love the offensive game plan. We ran the rock and we did it very effectively.
Yeah, if you ask me, and even though he wasn't the leading rusher in the stat book, Emmett Johnson looked like the harder runner yesterday, in my opinion. I mean, my God. He did exactly what he told us when we had him on here. When I think it was you, Matt, that asked him flat out, 4th and 1 at the goal line or 4th and 1 to get a first down.
Yep.
Who wants the ball? And he goes, I want the ball.
They all want the ball.
But he showed he was hungry.
We've seen the situation, though, where it's 4th and 1 goal line. Dowdell's most likely the one getting the ball.
Yeah.
But
I was
really
surprised not to see any Gabe Irvin Jr., though. I was really surprised not to see him at all.
I was a little bit, too, honestly. I'm
starting to get worried about that.
Yeah, I
know that young man's got talent, and he's a bulldozer.
Or maybe just hasn't come back from his injury the way that maybe the coaches liked. I have no idea.
Maybe it is something like that.
I don't think he's in the doghouse. He's too mature.
He was. I believe he was there for Big Ten Media Days with Emmett Johnson.
Yeah, I am not sure what 100% is going on with that, but it's what it is. So we constantly have fresh legs in, though. So that I like.
Yep. Kenny, you know this. They said that on commentary, with the running back by committee. That drives defenses and defensive coordinators crazy because you constantly got the fresh legs in, like you always said.
Yep. And different running styles. I'd hate to, if I was a coach, I would hate to defend it.
Ramir was looking good. Kenny's Swiss Army knife there.
Yeah, he's going to run the ball. He's going to catch the ball. Emmett, he's going to run the ball more, but he's capable of catching the ball. Dowdell's all power, but he'll still catch the ball. Yeah. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts. That's what I like to use. I mean, it really is. It's pick your poison. I mean, what's the defense doing? Are they getting too over aggressive? Cool. Let's do a fucking little screen pass out to the flat and let them go. And then when they're not loading the box, so it's cool. Let's put in Dowdell and wait for a linebacker to get into his face and let him run straight through it. Yeah, I love it.
As far as receiving goes, I mean, it was honestly another solid effort by the receiving core.
Yes.
Banks had a great catch that was, I think, to the sideline there. Ja'Cory Barney was looking good. Lloyd making the catch from Buschini. Nayor contributing.
Bonner's touchdown run, man, that was schemed up so perfect.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was all a beauty.
It's the same play, basically, that Ja'Cory Barney should have been taking.
Yeah.
But instead, they wanted the bigger dude that if he had to, he could run through somebody's fucking face mask. And it was wide open. I mean, he didn't even have to hit anyone.
Now, Kenny,
it was a great call.
Do you have the new college football game yet?
No, man, I don't have anything. I told you I still have the 2 PlayStations I've never opened sitting in the box.
That still drives me up the damn
Oh,
wall.
God.
That just I'll never forget the first time you told me that. Like, I didn't even know how to respond in the text.
They're still both in the box, man, sitting in the corner in here.
Jeez. I don't know how you do it, man. Get yourself GTA 5. You're going to enjoy yourself. And even if you're not doing missions or anything, just run people over. It's a blast.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
See, I'm a God of War dude, so
that's a great game. Great game.
That or Uncharted. If you're a God of War guy, you'll fit in real well with Uncharted. It's the same style of game, just button mashing.
Kratos.
So and great storyline. So I'm a storyline guy.
But when you do finally get to play college football, the new one, you'll
awesome.
see the funny part is Bonner is the starting fullback.
Oh,
anytime you're in the I formation,
because that's what he was last year. That's what he played.
Exactly. So I mean, you get that big body guy coming across like you get with Barney, and especially just outside the goal line. Woohoo! Yeah.
One over.
Woohoo!
Earlier this week, they did a ratings bump on a bunch of Nebraska players. They bumped up Ty Robinson to like an 87 overall or something like that. Bumped up Dylan Raiola an extra 2 points. Barney an extra 2 points. So
see, that sucks. I'm in like the 2026 or 27 season, so most of those guys are gone.
Yeah,
I'm not getting those bumps for my dynasty stats here.
Yeah, I mean, and Dylan's got to be gone as a junior after his junior year with winning 3 Heismans, right?
Nope. He has not won the Heisman one time with me, but I have had my running backs have won the Heisman every year.
Yeah, well, welcome to Nebraska. They still think we're a running team.
Hey, you guys have patience. I don't have the patience for that. Hey, do they have the old teams on there?
Oh, like the legendary teams?
I don't know. I don't play that way.
I haven't seen it, but I haven't looked at an exhibition and gone through all the teams or anything. Okay. I'm still just doing a dynasty mode.
Dylan Raiola is benched in my league only because, well, I beat him out. So
you're doing the road to glory, huh?
Of course. I love the road to glory.
I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it on this one
yet. That way I don't have to recruit. I just have to play in the live game.
The recruiting in that game is a bitch, dude.
It's a little more difficult than I expected, but
it takes some thinking.
Yeah, and then playing online, I mean, I don't always play with Nebraska, but I'm like 34-8.
Damn.
Online right now.
Online's tough.
And that is horrible compared to my older brother. So he's like 190-4.
Good God.
Yeah, he is once again ranked in the top 10 in the country.
That's almost 200
Or
games.
top 100, excuse me. It's just, it's like, my God.
Are they playing 5-minute quarters?
Yeah.
Dude, that still takes like an hour to finish one of those games.
Oh, I know.
And that's almost 200 games. Let's do the math. No, let's not do the math here.
And you can only pause the game so many times before it just boots you and makes you take the loss.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's so good. He's so good.
Even I hate playing him. Sweet Jesus, back on track. Good Lord. What's my fault? I own that one. I got us off on that one. I got us off track on that one. I'm not going to let you get me on a Diddy moment this week, Kenny. Not this time. Not this time, dude. All right. So as far as stats go, team-wise, both ways, I mean, God, they got us in first downs, 18-15. But the third down efficiency, that defense, my God, Rutgers was only 2 of 14. And 2 of 6 on fourth. That's great in my eyes. And then holding Rutgers to 264 yards, but they outgained us. We only had 261 total. So that's to still get the win. I'll take that. If you would have looked at that last year, this definitely was flip-flopped easily. And
what I love about watching all this is the fact that they have a running back that's so highly touted, but we still outrush them by almost 20 yards.
Yeah.
So that's the main stat in my opinion. It 100% shows our defensive line just dominated that game.
Yeah, I mean, we only had 164 yards passing, 14 of 28. So, I mean,
Rutgers' starting quarterback did not help his team earlier this week with the comment he made.
Well, and the passing, our stat there is a little bit misleading because that has to equal in Buschini's completion. So, technically, Dylan went 13 of 27. So, he was under 50%. So we had to take that into account there. We had the one interception thrown by Dylan, but the defense got 2 of them themselves back. Rushing, we were under 100 yards, but Dylan's sacks, that took, I think, 32 yards off of the rushing total. But we held them to 78, 2.4 yards per rush for Rutgers.
Well, their sacks didn't help them either.
No, they didn't. They did not help one bit. And then you see the penalties. Look, it was really, I couldn't really complain about the officiating this week, other than maybe one call they could have made on Rutgers defense where it looked like our receiver got his jersey yanked on the shoulder pads. I mean, it was a little overthrown, but that still should have at least been called defensive holding. Maybe not pass interference, but at least defensive holding. So but the penalties, Rutgers were 4 for 28 yards. We were 7 for 37 yards. So, I mean,
that's one of our better games.
Yeah, I would say so. So we win the turnover battle again. So, sweet Jesus, I got stuff falling on me over here. Well, I don't know how that happens, but oh well.
For those of you listening at home, we live in Nebraska. We don't have earthquakes.
No, but we do have wind, and I'm pretty sure a gust just nailed it. So
it's windy.
It is. And not all windows are built the same, folks. But we do win the time of possession at least. You know, they had a little bit over 28 minutes. We had it a little over 31 and a half minutes. So that helped a lot. So, I mean, everything, guys, it really comes down to the defense. So we might as well turn our attention to them real quick. And I'm going to just show you, we didn't do any Husker Twitter this week. Because like I told Kenny and Matt, it was either the highest of the highs for a tweet or the lowest of the lows for the tweet. There was not much in between. So I was like, no. But I found this on there, and I thought this was an awesome tweet, very interesting and great statistical read. And it comes from Steve Merrick, or Marek, however you pronounce that. I apologize. Says, Rutgers running back Kyle Monangai is an excellent back. But on Saturday,
he's a very good back.
Very good running back.
Yes.
Not much room for him to run versus Nebraska's defense. And then he lists a few a few cool little inquiry stats as the game went on. So Monangai, he had 3 runs of over 10 yards in that first quarter. He was doing very well. He really was.
I think he had the 62 yards rushing in the first quarter.
62 or 64 yards in that first
Something like
quarter
that.
already. And then as the game went on, his longest rush in the second quarter, 2 yards. Longest of the third quarter, 2 yards. Longest of the fourth quarter, 8 yards. So after that first quarter where he amounts to over 60 yards himself, he ended up with 12 yards the rest of the game.
It's crazy.
Yep.
That is a testament to that.
All of this shows me, I mean, because I saw this stat like right after the game happened. And all that shows me is you went from one quarter where he's running the ball all over us to the next quarter where he's not doing a damn thing. But that's all they were trying to do. So it's, well, thank you. We made defensive adjustments during the game. Not waiting till halftime. We made them during the game, and Rutgers failed to do the same.
Yeah,
they had no answer for it.
We're saying that was one thing.
And they didn't. And they didn't move away.
Was going.
Exactly, and they didn't move away from running the ball because you couldn't. It's just plain and simple. I mean, when he dropped back to pass, it was a sack or an interception.
Now, in that fourth quarter, I will admit, Kaliak-Manis was starting to look pretty accurate, and I was
starting to get a little, better.
My heart was starting to beat, dude.
That's because they had to. They were down.
I get it.
I mean, they're trying to win the game, but I mean, hats off to our defense.
Now, Kenny, I hope you saw this play. As good as the defense played, they got bailed out big time with the doink off of the face mask of that wide open receiver.
Yeah.
Buford fell down.
It was off his shoulder pad.
Dude, it comes in, it's just ding.
Yeah.
Buford fell over.
Yeah.
I'll say this. 3 had himself a day.
He did.
He had an interception, and then they went right after him.
Oh, yeah.
And he was tired. Oh, no. During that possession right there.
Yes, he was.
This is why, in my opinion, we need Tommy Hill back so horribly bad so we can put Sire right in the opposite corner spot so we can move Buford back to safety where he has been a superstar at. He's been a phenomenal safety. But we have 2 phenomenal corners when they're both healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and God, I mean, and we still haven't seen Bly Hill really yet.
Nope.
And he was projected to be the number 1 DB on the opposite side of Hill during spring. Yeah, he got hurt during the spring game.
Yeah.
Oh, I know you're talking.
I mean, he's played a little this year, but I mean, I don't think we've seen enough of him to actually make a actual choice about whether he's good or not. But Zaire Wright has been playing lights out football, in my opinion.
Yeah,
he allowed 1 catch for 11 yards yesterday and had a pick.
Yeah.
And 3 pass breakups. That's a pretty good game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so,
he played well. Like I said, 3 had himself a game. They picked on him. He had to bounce back. But that missed catch, that was huge.
For us.
That was.
Otherwise, it's a tie game.
It's a different game.
Yeah, possibly going into overtime. And, well, as we all know, I don't want to go into overtime.
No.
Not with a freshman quarterback. Let's wait until he's a junior, and then, bring on overtime.
And Sierra Wright's interception that he had, that was great concentration to stay with.
It wasn't a pick. It hit the ground.
No.
Yes, it did.
I will go to my grave even after seeing the replay. That never touched the ground.
When I saw the replay, I went, "Oh, it's coming back," and then they never reviewed it. So I was like, "Oh, well, okay, I'll take it."
That's funny because even I saw the replay and I was like, "Yeah, that never hit the ground."
Oh, I thought it did. I thought the tip of the ball hit the ground. So, but yes, amazing concentration.
Oh,
Even
God, I gotta
Buford's
stay with him.
Buford's pick was awesome too.
Yeah, because
yeah.
he baited him a little bit. He sat
Oh,
there
yeah.
and then he bounced back. And like they even said on TV, I don't know who he was throwing that to. He just threw
Yeah.
it right to him and he grabbed it and he got it. So you saw that when it started. He ran like he was coming in a little bit and he turned a little bit to the side where he kept his backside toward the sideline.
Yep.
And he just kind of rotated back. And then when he threw it, all he had to do was jump. And he picked it off. And then that was it.
Yep.
That was
Well,
it.
let's also
Like
not
that
forget,
pick was way worse than Dylan's.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Way worse. But
Let's not forget the goal line stance after the block
oh
punt.
God, that
Holy
was
hell.
phenomenal. We had the penalty in there too,
Yes.
which gave him a new set of downs. And then we
I
still
know.
kept him out of the end zone for 6 straight plays
Yes.
from what our 2-yard line.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
And
that was
Kenny-
one of the best defensive stops I've seen the whole year.
Kenny,
It's
it goes
phenomenal.
back to what you said about number 3, Buford, man. Had he not stumbled on that 4th down and
Yeah,
picks that
it's a
off,
pick six,
he's
a
gone.
98-yard pick six. I said the same thing.
Oh. I think he was surprised.
Yeah, oh yeah. I was like very loud during that goal line stand.
He's still running. He's still
It was
running.
You're right.
was
He
awesome.
is still running.
He's in
Oh, he's still running.
He's midway in South Dakota right now. He's still running.
That or taking the ball back to New Jersey, giving it to the university.
Yeah,
Hey,
he could
Piscataway.
hand deliver it.
Yeah, you guys thought this was going to be yours, so I mean, I figured I'd just hand it off to you.
Yeah, he would have hit I-80. He would have hit that. Made his way to the O and just kept striding north. Keep on going, my guy. Keep on going.
For whatever reason, I was really, really loud during this game, and
Same here.
I
It
was
was weird.
yeah. Our crowd was phenomenal too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could hear on the TV when they had the
Yeah, they were
ball.
loud.
I mean, we did not shut up. It was loud.
Very
So
loud.
I mean, I think it's one of those. Just we had to win this game.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it felt.
Like being on Twitter, their quarterback McManus or whatever, who transferred to them from Minnesota, we've never beaten him.
Oh God.
Oh, that's
We've
the
never
quarterback that was at Minnesota?
Yeah, he's never lost to Nebraska. So earlier this week, they said, "Are you worried about playing Nebraska?" He's like, "I haven't lost to him yet. I don't plan on doing it again."
Oh wow! So
Yeah, all you did was just give our defense more of a reason to beat your head in. So, thank you. When we do field generals, let's thank him because you gave our defense more of a reason to stomp your shit in, and I love it.
And see, I don't really remember him being the sole reason that Minnesota was beating us.
But
we could take that comment and shove it straight back up his ass.
Yeah,
because that's where it came from. He spoke out of his ass for that one.
Dude, don't give the other team fuel to the fire, especially when you know it's going to be a close game.
Kenny, what did Coach Osborne ever tell you guys
playing Vanderbilt? I got to throw that out there. Just laugh. But I mean, Saban before the game, he's like, we have more crowds at Vanderbilt Stadium than Vanderbilt does, and then they lose. It's like
they did. Now, Kenny, what did Coach Osborne ever say about giving teams locker room material?
Oh man, he wasn't.
Was he pretty lenient?
Yeah, but I mean, there's no social media.
We never
there's no
talk
cell
crazy.
phones.
We never talk crazy. That's one of the things.
You guys don't have to. All you had to do is show up and handle your business.
Yeah, we never talk crazy. We were never, we gonna do this and that and this and that. That was all internal. Like, man, let's go out here and break these dudes' heart, and then send them home, and let's get back on the plane. So it was never. We were never that boisterous. We knew it. We knew we were about business, man. You know how some teams you go about and you just say they're about business. It's almost like it's pretty much what Nick Saban modeled out of Alabama as old Nebraska. It said about business. You know, they weren't talking crazy. I'll never forget. I think it was Quentin Williams. Was he on the team when they played Oklahoma?
Probably.
And he was saying something at a press conference or something. So, well, Kyler Murray and Nick Saban looked at him, and then he was like, he stopped. If you get a chance, look it up on YouTube. It's on there. He was saying something. Nick Saban looked at him and was like, because he had the braces at the time. It was Quentin Williams, the D lineman. That's with the Jets. So we didn't do it, man. So like before game, the captains some of them would talk crazy. Christian would talk crazy. He was
yeah, hilarious. But he was a head case.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
I mean, that dude, he was a different dude.
Some dudes were just funny. Foreman was funny. Oh, yeah. Jay was hilarious. That's my dog. But, some of the dudes were just funny. But the rest of us would be like, man, let's go out here and get these dudes everything they want so we can get back here and harass each other, play the video game, smoke a black and mild, and chill.
Yeah. But fuck, you guys were probably happy when game time came.
Yeah, let's go do
it. Was probably way easier than practice.
Yeah, we're gonna play dominoes and cards. We're gonna do some G stuff. We're gonna play dominoes. We're gonna argue on Madden. We're gonna play track and field. Everybody's gonna be arguing, or sitting on the roof, like the time we were sitting on the roof on Vine Street at the house. They were like, y'all can't be doing that. We were sitting on the roof, sitting on the steps, just hanging there like, no way. You guys.
Kenny dropping the black and mild reference. Hey, I love it.
You guys, we had black and milds and beaties.
Just dating all of us, dude.
Hey.
Good God.
Going to Mom's on 27th.
I know right where you're talking about, too. Where you're talking about.
What's happening? Getting our goods. My boy Farley, let me get a cherry blend. Get a cherry blend. Swisher Sweets. Someone's on the black and miles, the golden miles. If the blacks was too strong, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna have a blast and play cards and dominoes and Killer Instinct, Mario Kart, and everything else. Argue. That's what we're gonna do.
And just relax.
Yeah, we went at hype stuff. We laugh at this dude crazy. Like I told you guys the last time when they were talking about the hype stuff, we would have been in the back when Matt Rule, Coach Rule was doing that one talking like, what is this dude up here talking about? This dude is talking crazy. We die. We would have been right there cracking jokes. Like, this dude is a fool. He's half-ass crazy. Man, shut up. And then, if you ever notice, pay attention to the old videos when they show, we're in the back laughing, playing around, pushing each other. I think I need to find a videotape of the national championship game.
Fucking kids being kids.
When we beat Tennessee, it's a bunch of us on the field meddling with one another after the championship game, pushing each other, playing. Like, hey, I'll give you the hands. We're out there, whatever. So yeah, man. But no bulletin board stuff because we didn't need to. I think some people just run their mouth. Like I say, they're wired for sound. They love to hear themselves talk, and they love to talk crazy. You can be confident, but to say it in a certain way. It's the way you say it. Like, hopefully I don't lose to Nebraska. I didn't lose to him when I was at Minnesota, but I just want to try to keep that streak alive. That's different than I never lost to him before. You know what I'm saying? It's the way you present the message. So
perfectly said.
Well, hold that L.
Well, I get he's trying to hype up his own team too.
Hold that L.
There you go.
My team ain't gonna let me down if I say this, but then they do, and it just makes you look stupid. I'm not a rah guy. I go to a lot of games, even away games. I don't talk shit. I'm not gonna just walk up to a random fan and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna beat your ass today." What do you think's gonna happen? Next thing you know, I'm gonna have 10 people from the other team probably surrounding me. I'm not that dude. I'm too old.
Yeah. We ain't got no reason dealing with shit like that.
Yeah, we come from a different generation. I didn't grow up with social media. Now it's everywhere. I respect. I'm gonna shut my mouth. Let's play the game. Yeah. Let the talking be on the field.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of talking, we got to talk about the shining spot on that defense. And that's James Williams. I mean, my God. Not just his play on the field yesterday, and not even just the game-sealing sack. It's what he did after that, the emotion he showed on that sideline, being surrounded by his teammates, by his brothers, and then after the game, his press conferences, how he talks about Coach Knighton, not just being like a father figure, but being a father for him as he's been there, being the only one that backed him when his life was going just through the most complete, absolute shit a young man's life could go through. Being the one to vouch for him and keep him on the right track, keep him focused, keep his mind right. And you're seeing the fruits of that labor paying off when players like James don't just buy in, but believe in what these coaches are trying to teach them.
You got to remember also how he is here. Like, he wasn't a highly recruited kid.
No.
He showed up to a graduate camp.
Yep.
Same as Jalen Gramstead, one of our backup quarterbacks. And he showed out, and we said, all right, here's a scholarship. Let's see what you can do. Dude, that's a hell of a story. And then for him to have that game, this is why you never give up on any kids.
Thank you.
You just don't. We have those camps for a reason. Let's see if we can find a diamond in the rough. And we fucking found one. He was on fire. His helmet was on fire yesterday. He was constantly assaulting Rutgers. It was awesome. Awesome.
He got off yesterday. That was good to see, man. And then to hear the other stuff. People, this is what people don't need to understand. And I'm saying this from a place of being in that situation. You can have coaches and people in that position who ruin kids, or you can have people in those positions that encourage kids and build them up. Because what I think a lot of times the average person forgets when they're looking at these football players, these athletes, these college athletes, that those are kids. Those are kids. That is the average 22 young adults, shall I say. Most of them kids when they come in. 22, 23, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17-year-old kid that you see on regular college camps are just going down the street, living their life, and you're not judging. But when you're in this position, you get judged at such a state by everyone else that you're supposed to act like this 30-something-year-old mature man, and people don't expect you to make mistakes or have emotions or do certain things. It's part of growing up and it's part of maturing. So for him to stick with him and believe in him and fight for you, do you know what that did to his confidence to have that coach stand by him and fight for him?
Oh, massive.
Said, hey, I'm not giving up on you. That's huge. And so that's why I get upset when I hear a lot of people writing stuff about, and this is, and I will give Scott his flowers on this. He stood by Mo Washington and fought for him and didn't believe in it until he couldn't do it anymore. And that's what you want.
Agreed.
And I know he stood by a couple of them in their behavior until he couldn't do it anymore. Because at some point you have to cut the cord and say, I've done all I can for you. Now it's time for you to grow on your own. You get what I'm saying? But for him to fight for him and for him to have a game, the game that he did, it all came out in the press conference. Or what it meant to him and on the sideline and all of that. So that was dope, man. That was good to see. It makes you feel good. I wish more people take the time to understand that these are kids. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to have stuff. They're dealing with them like a normal person. They're normal people. Just because they're in this uniform doesn't make them superhuman, and they're not going to, do the same thing as a normal person does. It just, that's the stuff that bothers you as a player. You know what I mean? Coach Osborne gave me a chance when I messed up on some stuff, and I did it mine intentionally because I didn't care. But what he said, when he said what he said, it made sense. You know what I mean? Most people would have been like, "Oh, give up." He was like, "No." When Coach Osborne, when I did what I did one time, I've told the story. Told to Brian when I tried to get kicked out because I was like, "I want to transfer. I don't want to be here. I'm not getting up. I don't want to be here. This isn't wide receiver.
Yep.
And then when I made my mistake, and he called me in here and he asked me, "Why did you do it?" And I said, "Because you won't release me off my scholarship. I want to leave. I'm trying to go." And he said to me these words. We had 2 conversations. This was one of the first ones. He said, "Kenny, I'm not going to release you off your scholarship. I need you here. We need you to win." Do you know what that did to my confidence and my mental state? So, like I said, it goes back. Things like that play a big difference, and it's good to see that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and see that is Kenny, you and I have talked about that before. Like you were done. You were ready to take off.
Mm-hmm.
You because you at the time this wasn't for you.
Mm-mm.
Here was not home at all. And for Coach Osborne to really be able to, in lack of a better term, open your eyes to see that, yeah, we really do need you, and we need you to see that we need you. That's a hell of a testament. And I think we've got that type of coaching staff again. It's been a very long time since we have.
Well, what I love the most is just taking a chance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you see so many of these top colleges now where they don't do that. They want the 4 and 5 star studs. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want that too. But for the fact that we have these camps for a reason, to let a kid come, try out, and then he earns a spot. Like, I love that. Just the walk-ons, everything. And that's why I hate some of the new rules that are going to be implemented soon. It's going to destroy walk-ons. And that's so wrong. This is the greatest part about college football.
Oh, especially Nebraska. One of the best, one of the greatest walk-on programs ever.
Oh, what's the what? There's an award named after him now, offensive lineman that played for Arkansas. There's a movie about it now. And I mean, that is the definition of walk-ons. It just drives me crazy. And I wish we had more stories like it.
Yeah. James, he's a special young man, and he had a special day. So, I mean, with that being said, we might as well get to the final segment here, and I don't think it's really any wonder or mystery as to who, as far as field generals go, for field general of the week. Defensively, it's going to be James Williams, folks. But offensively, a first for us, Brian Buschini taking home offensive field general of the week. And why not? After that shot he took, getting scorpion, and it was a legal hit. It was a legal hit because they got a hand on it.
You guys got to excuse me for a quick second. I'll be right back.
Good. But the fact that he took that hit and then played the rest of the game and dropped a dime to Jalen Lloyd on the fake punt. And Kenny, that pass was beautiful, man. I mean, tight spiral, on the money, in stride. So, and as we just talked about James Williams, he completely exemplifies what this coaching staff wants these young men not to buy into, but to believe in. And he's done it. Yeah. So, I mean, God, I couldn't have made it any more clear. And the funny part is, and I'm not giving anything away here because I'm pretty sure they'll go live tonight or so. Well, you know what? I don't want to give it away. I'll just say a certain other Husker podcast. We were talking this morning, and come to find out, we both picked the same thing for the players of the week. So I told him, I said, great minds must think alike, bro. So that's awesome.
That's funny. Yeah. I mean, hey, after the guy, for the punter to be there, man, after he looked like he was trying to do the limbo on the football field. Hey, man, salute.
And I love I love the celebration everybody gives him when he does something good. The little Italian, Buschini.
I apologize.
Buschini.
Yeah.
We're just about ready to go ahead and shut her down, Matt. I was just telling Kenny, though, that a certain other Husker podcast, I thought it was funny we were talking this morning. I'm not going to say who it is because I think they switched to doing theirs on Monday nights now. Okay. But they ended up picking the same players of the week we did.
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
I think it was.
The only person, honestly, in my opinion, that you might have been able to switch with Buschini might have been Bonner. I think that play was just so well executed.
I agree. I was also this close with maybe going with Emmett Johnson just because of how hard he was running.
Dude, I thought Ramir had a great game.
Ramir had a good game too.
Dude, I mean, Buschini constantly had them backed up. I mean, they never had field position.
It was in pain the entire game.
I mean, and defensively, I would have been fine if you said the whole defense.
Yeah, it was close, dude.
So, but I mean, James Williams did. I mean, that was one of the most standout performances. Like on Pro Football Focus, go check his rating for just that game. It's like a 92.2 or something like that, which is just unreal, like baffling that high of a Pro Football Focus is. That's so high. Right, so high. Like out of 100. I mean, that's every snap of the game, and he a 92.2. Oh my God.
Damn.
I mean, that's better than what a lot of pro athletes get.
I really hope, and I'm pretty sure James was not a black shirt before this game, but I really hope he's got one waiting in his
he fucking better have one. He's earned it.
I'd say he did.
So, I mean, he's playing. Jake! Sorry, my dog's outside.
No, he's playing lights out. He's playing lights out. He's playing probably above and beyond what he thought he was capable of. So,
I knew he was capable of it. I mean, he saw flashes of it last year.
That means the coaches knew he was capable of more, and he's finding that out now as well. He has
him also making the choice to redshirt last year. Wow. That's why he didn't play the last couple games.
Wisconsin and Iowa.
So he can be here longer. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Because you're going to be a stud.
As old Quagmire would say himself, giggity, giggity, giggity.
Yep. I'm cool with it. And Knight ain't going nowhere.
Oh, God, no.
Why not? Why would Knight leave?
Especially after that from James. He even, when James's little presser came out and he said those great things about Coach Knighton, Knighton retweeted that and said, my why. As in, this is why I do this. This is why I'm here.
Well, you see the celebration.
Yeah, I love it. I love the little just folded arms. Yeah. Just looking at you like, all right, I love it.
Come on, man. Who nicknames their defensive line Death Row?
Come on, Death Row, everybody.
I love it. Knighton's a phenomenal coach.
Just wait. Malcolm Simpson's going to be here. Imagine what Coach Knighton's going to do with him. And Malcolm even said that Coach Knighton is the reason he committed to here. So that just,
the rumblings are still out on that boy.
We're fine. We're fine.
So I hope so. I really do.
I am 99.9%
code red worried.
99.9% positive Malcolm will stick to his commitment.
God, I hope you're right. Now you put it out there.
I will put it out
like there. Red alert, like DEFCON 4. Very worried.
Not at all. Especially after everything I see with him on Twitter and the interactions I've had with him. I think we're going to be okay.
Well, I hope so.
I think we're all right. And he's going to be amazing when he gets here. All right. We covered it. It was kind of that ho-hum, boring game offensively, so not much to really touch on there. The refs didn't really screw anybody. There was no field goals to be attempted to bitch about. The defense.
You're right.
The defense played lights out, hair on fire from start to finish. Hey, we covered it. That's pretty much all of it in a nutshell. We probably could have done that in 5 minutes. Shit. But what fun of a podcast episode would that be? That'd be terrible.
I do got a shout out real quick.
Do it.
Especially if you guys didn't see it, but I will shout out to Dayton Raiola.
I heard
you
about
saw
this.
That touchdown pass he had over the week,
like
or
60
on Friday,
yards.
The 70 in air, 70 yards, hit the receiver in stride for a touchdown. 70 yards
Before
in
it
stride.
touched the receiver?
They hit the receiver in stride for a touchdown. 70 yards in air for a touchdown. Go back and find it. Just get on X and Twitter, Buford High School. The highlights will show it.
I was going to say it's probably all over there then.
It is one of the most impressive deep ball throws I've ever seen.
Well,
And I counted it. I mean, I think it's just under 70, but
still,
I'll round up. Fuck it.
A high school kid throwing just under a 70-yard ball
Exactly.
in the air.
It's one of the most beautiful deep ball throws you will ever watch. It's like
I'll have to go look at it
perfection.
now. Damn it!
Go look at it. It's amazing. So I will shout out to him.
There you go.
And congrats on the commitment.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We love you, Raiola family. Please don't go anywhere. Please don't leave us. We love you guys.
Your whole family works for the university now.
just stay here. Just stay here. We love you guys.
They are. The daughter is on the coach or on the football staff.
Good. Just a family affair. Awesome.
Yep.
I'll take it. Well, what do you think, Kenny? I think we covered it pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you got your honest opinions in there as always. I need to come up with a name of like every time that you just get close to the camera and you're about to just keep it 100% factual truth. I need to figure out what the hell I could call that. Just
not cheating, Cheatham.
Oh shit, that's not bad.
The cheat code.
The cheat code.
I come up with great names for everyone else but myself.
All right, so let me see. I can write this down. All right, not cheating, Cheatham. Kenny's got cheat code. I like that too.
Cheat code. I like that. I love that.
All right. I'm gonna have to. I gotta remember to start saying that then after every time you do that because you've got it. You do it at least once every episode, and it's because we fucking need it.
Or FYF.
Hold on. All right. Hold on. What? I gotta know what the last F is for.
Fuck your feelings.
Okay.
God damn right. I knew it was going in that direction. I just didn't want to spoil it for Brian. He's a little slow to the party, folks.
Hey, I worked last night. I haven't been to bed yet. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with that one. I did write that one down. That's staying.
Yeah, fuck your feelings.
Just
fuck your feelings, truth. With your host, Kenny Cheatham.
Yeah.
Yes, this is your daily,
I like the sound
daily
of it.
dose of FYF from Kenny.
Have some.
I feel like cheat code though.
Cheat code's a good one too.
That's phenomenal.
Here's your daily cheat code.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure that out. That's for damn sure.
Boom.
Some of the dumb shit we come up with. My God.
You gotta have fun.
We do.
Fucking A.
That's what a podcast.
That's what we're all about.
That's what a podcast is about.
Hey, live life to your fullest.
Amen.
They said I'm heading out to the farm to ride my 4-wheeler right after this. So.
Yep. So we'll get her shut down now. We'll Matt get ready to head on out to the farm and have some fun on this beautiful Nebraska day.
I need my R&R.
There you go.
So.
Kenny's gonna have his R&R, enjoying, I'm sure, what's some decent weather in Arizona today.
What? It's 100 degrees, man.
Isn't that decent for you?
I'm
literally
102 right
looking at the temp right now. It's 74 and like a 10-mile-an-hour wind in Nebraska right now. It's just ungodly gorgeous sweatshirt weather.
Wow.
Just beautiful.
Yeah, it's on nuclear out here still. We're like, come on, cool off. Hurry up.
When does it
I
cool off?
don't miss.
Normally around now, but
Yeah.
it's a little warmer. But so Halloween it'll probably slow down, but the other day was 113.
No way. I'm out. I work outside for a living, so I'm out.
That's one thing I don't miss about living in Vegas. It just that heat, man.
It's something.
The wintertime, it's great. It's gorgeous, beautiful.
Yeah.
That summertime,
This is my home, man. I ain't leaving Nebraska. I'll deal with the hot summers, cold winters. Let's just give me fall. I'm the happiest dude on earth.
Hey, that
Give me football, beautiful weather, bonfires, four-wheeler. I'm good.
Hey, that heat talks to you like what's Chance the Rapper. You don't want no problems with me. That's what it says when you walk out the door. I don't want that. Buddy.
I mean, by lunchtime, when I feel like I got to take a shower because of what's happening in my my underoos,
that's bad.
I'm out.
Hey,
I'm not moving it. I lived in Florida for a long time. I'm out. I'm good. That humidity is something else. No.
Yeah, it's something, man.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead and shut her down. We'll let everybody know, of course, as we said at the beginning of it, like and subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already. Really helps us out. Leave a comment. We'll get right back to you. Then, of course, we showed you where to find the merch. It's at hurrdatsports.com. You'll find the little click down window or icon, whatever it is. Find the Husker Army in there. Find our merch. Of course, you're going to find Kenny on Instagram and Twitter at HuskerNoop1911. You'll find our recruiting guru, Matt Sass, on Twitter. He is Herbie_Husker15. And of course, you'll find us on Twitter and Instagram as well at Husker Army Pod. We just have fun running the account. It's a blast. Like I said, if you get some merch, shoot us a pic of whatever it is with you wearing it or using it. We'll get you enlisted into the Husker Army as yourself, just like we did for Noah with the hat. So we were real happy to get that. My God, what a great time this was. I think we covered it. I think that was it. My God, that might be the smoothest I've ever had the outro. Holy hell.
It's a just win, baby weekend. Just win. And that's what we did. So
it was great. Everything just kind of rolled right off the tongue, getting a nice W on Saturday.
Nice couple laughs.
Oh, God. We're coming up with names for new segments for Kenny. I mean, things are just looking up, guys. We're 5-1. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah, enjoy it. Stop your bitching. Enjoy it.
Yes.
We're not winning the national title.
But by God,
so just enjoy the wins.
By God, we're having fun.
Man, please.
One win from bowl eligible. Just take a deep breath, people. Fuck. Chill out.
Let's have fun.
It's enjoy the season.
Enjoy the ride.
So
just enjoy the ride, everybody.
My prediction's still holding for right now. And I mean, USC looked like a world beater until they played Minnesota.
Yeah.
So my prediction's still standing. I mean, we can still go 9-3. So fuck them. I'll take it. Until I'm proven wrong, I'm right.
That's right.
So
all right. So last thing I got to tell everybody, of course, you know where to find us on YouTube. You just Google us, Husker Army Podcast. It's one of, if not the first thing that'll pop up. Subscribe to us there. Give us a like. Click that bell icon so you know when we upload videos. And then, of course, you'll find us on audio-only platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the Amazon one. I'm probably never going to write that down to remember it. Just go to Amazon. I know they got a podcast. So I'm just going to let everyone know that now. I just gave up on ever trying to figure that out. If you do Amazon Podcast, you already know what it's called. And if that's what you use, you're on Amazon all the time, so you know what the hell you're doing. I don't need to tell you what it's called. So pretty much easy to do there. So I'm done trying to figure that one out anymore. I'll just keep saying it the way I do from now on. That's the easiest way. So we'll go ahead and shut her down now. We got the bye week this next week, so we may or may not have an episode. I haven't quite decided yet. We may take the week off to kind of recharge, or if something comes up where we're lucky enough to have something amazing on with us or someone amazing on with us, we might do a little something. I don't know yet. As of right now, it's looking like we might take the week off, just kind of recharge. So give us a Sunday off. It'd feel kind of nice. Not going to lie. So that's it. You know where to find us. You know where to find the merch. You know where to find Kenny, Matt, myself running the Husker Army Pod account itself. And that's about it. So at this point, Husker Army, you know what to do. At ease, you are all dismissed.
A Hurrdat Sports Network production.